Your suffering is my delight.
I'm aware. I'm very aware of that.
Good, as long as you know.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Well, as long as you're here, why not stay for the latest updates on all things nerd? I'm your host Tyrell, and let's kick it to the news. Up first, let us rejoice as a certain purple dinosaur will make his triumphant return to teach kids the values of friendship and caring in 2024. That's right, Barney will be making his triumphant return next year, as was announced by Mattel in a press conference. They said how the new series will span television, film, YouTube, music, and many more mediums. This announcement, however, hasn't gone off scot-free, with people, presumably the same children who watched the original show, have been jokingly bashing the new design. This includes them saying the cosmetic surgery he clearly got, and that the Botox in his face made him look scary. Regardless, we're happy to see the purple dino teach a new generation how to make the world a kinder place. Lastly, we talked about DC's new lineup last week, so it's only fair that we reach across the aisle and tell you the latest news with Marvel's Phases 5 and 6. Like last time, we'll tell you some of the releases that have really caught our attention. Coming up on May 5th, we'll get to see the epic conclusion of James Gunn's space action trilogy when Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 releases in theaters. This will be Gunn's last contribution to Marvel, so we're anxious to see if it ends on a high note. Coming up after that is a team-up movie known as The Marvels. This movie will star Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, Iman Vellani as the new Miss Marvel, and Teyonah Parris as Monica Rambeau, and will come out on November 10th of this year. One of the most interesting projects we're getting in the lineup is the revival and continuation of the classic X-Men cartoon that aired in the 90s. It will pick up where the original series left off and will bring more classic and some newer mutants into the fold. We don't have much information on the new series, including the voice cast, but we're excited to see when it drops later this year. Lastly, we'll finally get to see Marvel's first family produced by the Marvel team when the Fantastic Four releases February 14th in 2025. Since it's so far away, we don't have much info on it, but we're happy to see Marvel's history finally up on the silver screen. That'll do it for this week of news, but stay right there because up next we'll have Where It All Began with Jessica and Anime Stitch with Olivia. Check it out.
Hello everybody, I'm your host Jessica Dobbs and welcome to Where It All Began. Have you ever wondered how celebrities got their start? Here at Where It All Began, I'll be going into depth about how celebrities got their start. You can comment below on who you want me to talk about in upcoming episodes. Today, I'll be talking about the wizarding world of Harry Potter, aka Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Jacob Radcliffe, born on July 23, 1989, an English actor from London, England. In 2000, producer David Hyman met Radcliffe while he was working at the theater with his father and asked the young actor to audition for the young role of Harry Potter to portray Harry Potter in the J.K. Rowling book series. Daniel Radcliffe has been an icon for child actors since the age of 12, and I am personally a fan of the series alone. He grew up in front of many people's eyes and became one of the highest paid actors of his generation after the Harry Potter series. His performance earned him several award nominations, and he received the 2008 National Movie Award for Best Male Performance.
Every part of my life is connected to Potter, and you've seen even more how much it means to people and what a part of people's lives it is. It means even more now, and I'm able to appreciate how special that is.
Radcliffe reunited with multiple cast members of the Harry Potter film series for the HBO Max special titled Harry Potter 20th Anniversary and returned to Hogwarts, which was released on January 1st, 2022.
It's lovely seeing you.
Yeah, this is surreal, isn't it?
How do we all feel being back and talking about this?
Really emotional. obviously, and B, it feels like no time has passed and loads of time has passed.
Probably made their jobs harder for themselves by letting us have as much fun as we had because it distracted us from, you know, the work we were supposed to be doing.
Daniel Radcliffe has done many different roles after the Harry Potter movie series ended, and is currently working on an off-Broadway show revival of the Stephen Sondheim musical Merrily We Roll Along, playing Charlie Kingas. He starred along Jonathan Groff and Lindsay Mendez. Thank you guys for joining me here on Where It All Began. I'm your host, Jessica Dobbs, and I will see you guys next week.
Hello one and all, and welcome to Anime Stitch. I'm your host, Olivia Williams, here to talk about anything anime, from the classics to the brand new, and anywhere in between. And for this episode, I'm going to be talking about my favorite anime fight scenes. Let's begin. First, we have the fight against Deku and Todoroki from My Hero Academia. Now, there are a lot of fights in My Hero Academia that I could have chose from, but I really like this one because of the interaction between Deku and Todoroki in the heat of battle. For people who don't know, Todoroki has fire and ice powers, or a quirk, and due to past trauma, he refuses to use his fire power. And in the fight, Deku tries to reason with Todoroki and that he should use his fire powers because it's his and not his father's. And this really shows that Deku really cares about his classmates. Next battle is between Yuji and Nabata versus Eso and Kazuki from Jujutsu Kaisen. I really like this fight for many reasons. It's nicely animated and has a lot of good effects. And it shows off the growth of Yuji and Nabata and how far they've become as Jujutsu sorcerers from the beginning of the series. Especially Yuji, who had just learned about the Jujutsu world that very year. And how far they're willing to go to save the people around them, even if that means putting them in life or death situations. Lastly, we have Tanjiro and Inosuke versus the Spider Demon or the Spider Mother from Demon Slayer. In this battle, Tanjiro and Inosuke, as well as many other Demon Slayers, are off on a mission to kill the demon Spider family. And after discovering a demon has started controlling dead Demon Slayers, Tanjiro and Inosuke go off to find them, where they end up finding the Spider Mother completely defenseless. As Tanjiro goes in for the killing blow, the Spider Mother realizes that she can't win against Tanjiro, and that if she dies, she'll finally be free and she will finally know peace. Right before he strikes, Tanjiro notices this and gives her a peaceful and painless death. This scene always makes me want to cry. That's all I have for you for this week on Anime Stitch. I'm your host, Olivia Williams, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!
You know, Jessica, I was wondering, who do you think Porter's favorite crew member is?
Clearly me. I'm the first one on the pack. I'm the best.
But I'm the host. Like, I carry the show.
Oh, please. Anyone can say that. We'll be right back after the break, starting now.
Hey!
Welcome back to Channel 8 News.
Hey guys, we're filming behind the scenes for Creative Services. Come check it out. Here with Creative Services, our job is to promote KNWT, give you an in-depth look at our crew members, and shoot behind the scenes of all your favorite shows.
This is KNWT.
And we are
Creative Services.
What's up, everybody? This is Steve-O. What's up, everybody? This is Steve-O. You're watching KNWT, practically the national champs of college TV. Yeah.
Can you believe, Jessica, she said she was the best?
I know. It's crazy because it's clearly me. Porter and I, we're super close.
You two? Does no one realize that I'm literally the best?
How delusional could you be? Because up next, we got Rumor Has It with Libby and BreAnna, and get the clip with me. See, I'm the closing act.
whatever.
Welcome back to Rumor Has It. Now, most of you guys know Bree and I as these two funny girls who sit in the studio and talk about celebrity gossip. However, today that's going to change just a little bit, and we will be discussing the newly updated case of the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. Disclaimer, this story contains graphic topics of child abduction and assault. Please continue watching at your own discretion. We have a special guest with us this week, Blake. Blake, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Blake, and I am so excited to talk about rumors and Has It.
On May 2007, Kate and Jerry McCann endured the most traumatic experience that a parent could go through, the disappearance of their own child. On a family vacation to the Ocean Club Resort in Portugal, Kate and Jerry decided to go out to dinner one night with a group of friends and leave their children back at the hotel room at the resort. During that evening, Kate McCann went to go check on their children to find that her 3-year-old daughter, Madeleine, had been abducted. The police conducted a search immediately following the news of Madeleine's disappearance, but did not make any progress until June 2020, in which they released that a 43-year-old German prisoner named Christian B. had been identified as a suspect. Now, in 2023, the case is still going on. On February 19th, 2023, a Polish woman named Julia Wendell came forward claiming that she was Madeleine 16 years after the abduction. Julia Wendell, the Polish girl who's coming forward claiming to be Madeleine, does not remember the majority of her childhood, and so she's going to try to talk to her parents, who are actually not her biological parents, and she's tried to ask about her childhood and everything, but they actually will take the liberty to go ahead and change the subject whenever she tries to bring it up. So she's starting to put all of the pieces together, and she's claiming to be Madeleine. She also has the same facial deformities, so if you look at a picture of Madeleine McCann when she was 3, she has a deformity on her eye, which is the same thing that Julia has.
I think that'd be kind of hard on the parents because they've been, waiting for how many years?
Over 16, which I think is crazy because, I feel like at that point you get to the place in your life where you just, accepted it and, you've made your peace with everything, and then having that wound kind of open back up again.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
What do you think?
I don't think that my first reaction would be to be suspicious, probably, because, people try to use stuff like that to get, notability and stuff like that. But I think, obviously, I don't know that I necessarily agree with, they let it go fully, because, they've definitely had time to move past it, but I think for a lot of parents losing a child at that young age, you still always are holding on to that hope. So I would assume that they're, very excited about the prospect of getting their daughter back.
My condolences to the parents, because if I was in their position, I would hold out hope, but then also what you said before, kind of push back, because you just never know. Mm-hmm. So for the parents and the family, I do feel for them, mm-hmm. and I hope that they find some peace eventually. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Rumor Has It. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Rumor Has It content. I'm Bree.
I'm Libby.
And I'm Blake.
See you next time.
Ever since the creation of the film industry, movies have been using these effects. All effects, both digital and practical, are handcrafted by artists, engineers, and film magicians. And effects have been a part of the art for as long as people have been crafting films. These effects, along with many other aspects, are what set the film industry apart from any other form of entertainment. Hi, my name is Joe, and throughout this season of Nerd Central, I'll be explaining and taking a deep dive into special effects used in film as I try to recreate them myself. Welcome to Get the Clip. Just 9 years after the end of World War II, Japan's special effects pioneer Eiji Tsuburaya set the standard for suitmation with his work on Godzilla in 1954. With its release, Godzilla became one of Japan's most ubiquitous milestones, launching the Godzilla franchise, which spawned films such as Godzilla Raids Again in 1955 and King Kong vs. Godzilla in 1963. This tremendous success led Tsuburaya into crafting a series of science fiction films which introduced new monsters. But how did their special effects work? Let's take a look. Suitmation is a term used in Japan for a special effects technique that portrays a giant monster or a daikaiju. This effect requires the use of a suit actor, with the most famous suit actor being Haruo Nakajima. Nakajima studied large zoo animals such as bears to make his movements look more natural and sell the effect of the monster being as tall as a skyscraper. This, paired with his ability to act in the hot and heavy suit for long periods of time, allowed him to star in 12 consecutive films. Now with all that out of the way, and the suit ready for my actor, let's go get the clip. All right, everybody, so today I've got my friends Blake, Chris, and Kaylin, and today we're gonna be playing with Legos.
Yeah!
All right, let's get started. So we are going to be building a city as our great actor Chris will be destroying us today. We'll make it. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. It'll work.
So I built a little shelter area so if people want like a little picnic so they don't get sunburned.
They're not gonna be picnicking for long.
Oh no!
It's far from perfect. However, for throwing it together in a week, I am proud of it. Thank you all for watching and join us next time as we deep dive into force perspective. See ya.
All right, Porter, like all this nonsense has been going around. I just wanted to set the record straight. Who is your favorite crew member?
Oh, come on. That's like asking a parent to pick his favorite kid. I can't do that. You're all my favorite.
That's not an answer. One has to be more superior than the other, and it's clearly me.
Fine. The answer is, it's me. I'm the best. And I'll prove it with the new segment of What's the Nerd coming up right after the break.
KNWT for Hire is all about sharing a story, a message, and connecting the community. We cover a multitude of events, both within the university and Maryville. We roll in, we set up, and we capture. We're here to offer an experience, not only for those present, but for all.
This week on Channel 8 News, we have another university presidential candidate interview, a recap of the MIAA basketball championship, and more.
For the stories that matter to you, watch new episodes of Channel 8 News at 9 a.m. every Monday on our YouTube page at KNWT TV.
Welcome one and all to another What's the Nerd, the only show on the internet where nerds talk about their interests. Don't look that up. Anyways, this week we have KNWT's training director, the producer of creative services, which you can see in our many promos and every Friday with Meet the KNWT, and a staunch baby hater, Blake Reisner. Say hi, Blake.
What's up, Porter?
So you're not going to defend yourself with that one?
No, I'm not a baby hater, but I'm not a baby fan either.
Blake is reportedly a big fan of these cinematic masterpieces. So let's talk about it. First question, Blake. What's your favorite genre of movie?
Favorite genre of movie? Typically I'm more into like sci-fi sort of, or like sci-fi I would say, or like historical sort of events and stuff like that. That's usually the area of interest I have.
Mm-hmm. Like what of those movies would you say that you like particularly like get attracted to?
Like the specific movies?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say like I'm a big Marvel fan. Sort of, or maybe not big, but I'm more casually a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
Like I was always into Star Wars. More recently though, I would say that I don't know, like I'm a big fan of Apollo 13, just because it's a space movie and I'm interested in space, but it's also a really good like historical depiction of that event, and so it's I don't know, it's really interesting to me.
Yeah. If we were to shoot you off into a rocket and leave you there, would you? And we filmed it, would you like that?
Probably not, but they also were not actually in the rocket when they filmed.
What?
Although the real people were, but
yeah.
Tom Hanks was never sent to space that we know of.
You had in your PDP, we're currently opening the doors.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is definitely Interstellar. Just amazing visuals, really like imaginative, and like it's just a good story all around, and the soundtrack also is just amazing for it.
The physics they used to create the simulation of the black hole was actually so accurate that like you're like, wait, let's actually. It was either NASA saw that was like, hey, like, can we study that, or it's like, oh, it's like this is actually how it is.
It's the concept for the movie came sort of because of that simulation, and there's actually like been 2 research papers.
How would you feel if you were stuck in an interstellar, where it's like you got sucked in and then you came back as like 100 years later?
That would be kind of depressing. I feel like that movie has a very like sad ending because it's like, yeah, that would be, I think, horrible. I don't think that would be fun.
Plot twist, I'm still the same age when you come back, and I haunt you for the rest of your days.
That would make it absolutely unbearable. Yeah. That would be horrible.
I'm happy to contribute to that cause.
Okay, thank you.
Your suffering is my delight.
I'm aware. I'm very aware of that.
Good, as long as you know.
Yeah.
But with all these movies, I gotta ask you, if you like them so much, name every single one of them. I have a list.
You want me to name as many movies I can think of?
All of
them. The Room. What's that one? Birdemic, also a good one.
That was a good one. I like the coat hangers that they used.
And then, let's see, last one, definitely like Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
I think those are solid. Those are really all if you watch all of those, you understand movies.
What movie would you recommend to us, the audience?
That's a difficult question. I think one that like generally sticks out in my mind that I would guess a lot of people haven't seen. I'm guessing a lot of people have heard about is called Parasite.
Yes.
It won Best Picture at the Oscars, I don't know, several years ago. And that was kind of a big deal because it was the first foreign movie, I believe, that had ever won Best Picture. But
I believe you're right with that.
It is a very good movie. Just cinematically and like its theme that it's trying to convey is just very powerful, and that's one that I usually like come back to and watch every like so often.
It is really good. It teaches us the important lesson of the rich are the worst, and we just need to purge them from the earth. That's all the time we have for this episode of Nerd Central. Remember to like and subscribe, and always unionize your workplace. Have a good night.
Clearly me. I know it, guys. It's clearly me.
I liked it. Mute us.
Did you have that planned with your whole rant about?
No, I'm just becoming increasingly political with each like ending.
Yeah.
I was gonna, like I had a list and it was like over like 12,000, but I think you nailed it right there.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a movie expert.
Yeah, everyone knows that movies exist on a triangle spectrum where the extremes are Winnie the Pooh, The Room, and Birdemic.